swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old-fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a couple, so you know I'm telling the truth. I don't settle for kettle one, I don't settle for goose. First we had a couple rounds just to see how it go. Now it's time to tap that barrel, girl, let's see how it flow. You got that caramel dripping, now I'm sipping. They can't take you straight, but baby, I'm built different. It feels different. Listen, you keep getting Dunton loose. You far from the jungle juice, but you keep it 100 proof. I don't need no Coca-Cola or no Sprite for you. And yeah, you good on the rocks, might put that ice on you. You got that Jameson, that Johnny, or that Jack, and you can miss me. I need bourbon in my life, cause baby, you my favorite whiskey. Come on.
I don't want you holding back. Tell me everything, and I do mean everything, everything. It's time for last call. You know that this liquor been flowing faster than free fall. If we keep going, I might not be able to recall. My favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. Oh, let the band play on, and they be playing our song.
Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look.
Hey y'all, what's mackin'? How you crack-a-lackin'? How you crack-a-lackin'? What's mackin'? Hey London, hey Psalmist, hey Lakita, hey Lioness Nala, hey Natty, hey somebody else was in here, LaWanda, hey Lakita. How y'all doing? What's going on? I am Lisa the X, aka Brown Whiskey Woman, Executive Bourbon Steward at your service. Again, I always feel like I should have a white towel on my arm when I say that and just like bow or something. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? London said, nah, you're brown. I am. I'm brown. I mean, Lisa Dex was in here, you know, stirring up trouble and shit. But anyway, now I am Brown Whiskey Woman. So that's my moniker today. So what's going on, y'all? I said maybe for Halloween. Y'all, I'm going to dress up as Lisa for Halloween for the Brown Whiskey Woman show. Okay, all of that. Well, thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the resubs. Thank you, Lisa, for your resub. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you supporting you that's supporting you. That means a lot to me. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm here, y'all. And last week we did some stuff, but before we get into last week, I gotta talk about today. Okay? I gotta talk about today. Today, my DJ D-Man, was back. He came on and he was in this temporary space, which I dubbed the tiny chair, because he was sitting down. And some stuff transpired in the stream today that I want to talk about. And if you were there, you know. And if you weren't there, you just missed it. So first of all, he could not stand up, because if he had stood up, then we would have only seen the lower half of him. So that spawned a whole thing about maybe him having an OnlyFans yam pants. That's what we called it. That's what we dubbed it. Hey, DJ J Edwards, how you doing? And then he played this song by Janelle Monáe, and she was talking about her 4K titties and how she wasn't going to send the man a picture of her 4K titties. And then it was like a whole thing of like, was she talking about implants costing 4K? What was she talking about? We don't really know. And then I was accused by someone who is a mod here that is not currently in this chat, because they are out gallivanting with their friends, drinking and stuff. The person has the initials C, and their last name is Cruz. And she said that I was, pimping. And I said, pimping is such an archaic word. I really feel like we should come up with something better. So that person named C. Cruz said that I was the Senior Director of Resource Management. That was the title that she gave me, because I told her I manage resources and I didn't like pimping. So I am now the Senior Director of Resource Management, aka pimping. Hey, Blue Majesty, how you doing? Hey, Miss KB, how you doing? Blue Majesty, thank you for the resub. Yeah, there was a lot happened in that stream. So when he comes in here, y'all just bust him up, because he had on some men's lingerie today. And if y'all don't know about the men's lingerie, I know all the women do. His gray sweatpants season is coming. Just saying. I ain't mad, because this is the thing. I feel like women are constantly objectified. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or right. When women objectify men, I'm just going to say I'm with it. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, Lil Unique. So, yeah. Hey, Eb, how you doing? And thank y'all for the hype train. Appreciate it. So, yeah, he is DJ Gray Sweatpants, a.k.a. Something. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hey, Crazy Berry Town, how you doing? Lakita says she's offered the gray sweatpants. So I had to start off with that, because all of that happened this morning. By roughly about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, I think all of these jokes and cracks were made. So, yeah. So I wrote that on my little Post-it note, because I wanted to make sure that I shared that with y'all. But what did I talk about last week? I talked about Jack and Jim. Jack Daniels versus Jim Beam. And Jack won by 1 point, right? The original. So I tasted the honey, the cinnamon, and the apple, and they were like toe for toe. But then that Jim Beam original, it was just a no. That just no. That's what it was. So Jack won the race on that. And I have some more Jack that I'm going to be tasting today. And I have high hopes for it, okay, in the Blackberry family. Hey, DK, how you doing? So I have some special commands today. Some of them are from last week. The first one, of course, is !TCA. That is for the Twitch Community Awards. You have until the 21st to get in there and vote for your favorite streamers. I am up on slide number 21 for Best Talk Show Streamer. So please vote if you haven't. Hey, Stormy, how you doing? Make your voice heard. Vote for Brown. Okay, experience drinking, professional drinking, innovative whiskey drinking, and make a better drinking country. Love that flyer, London Michelle. She did that. So yes, please make sure you get in there and you voted. Thank you, Jay Edwards. I appreciate that. Make sure you vote for all your folks. We got a lot of great Twitch fam that are nominated. Also, I have another command. Crazy Berry Town stepped in the room. Boom, right on time. Exclamation point boots. That is for her son, Trey. That is his fundraiser called Rock and Run. All of the proceeds go directly to the teachers to help them get materials for their classrooms. This is a great cause because, a lot of times teachers come out of pocket for things in their classrooms. So make sure you support that. And then the last command that I created today is exclamation point believe. And that is to benefit M. Claudie. Please support her during her cancer journey. So when you put the command in there, you see it has that you can purchase a t-shirt and also you can make a direct donation to her GoFundMe. So make sure that you are supporting M. Claudie. M. Claudie supports everybody on Twitch. She supports everybody on IG. She reposts all of the time. Where she can't be, her presence is still felt. So please make sure that we are supporting her and loving on her as she is journeying through this thing called breast cancer. Hey, LaShawn, how you doing? So please make sure you do that. Okay, so someone said, check the website. You got an error? Okay, the Chateau. Okay. Check that.
I see why.
Okay, you see why?
Yeah, there's no space between the website and the donation website.
Okay, okay, I see it. Okay, can you correct that and maybe pin that for me? We'll fix it. All right, and I'll make sure that I fix that. Thank you, Psalmist. Thank you so much for pointing that out. And we'll make sure it gets corrected. And I'll make sure I go in and correct it in Stream Elements. So all of those things are happening. And I will talk about those things again at the end to remind you all. But make sure you are supporting M. Claudie. Use the pinned information in the link up at the top, please. Disregard the Stream Elements. So tonight, what are we doing tonight? It's the last summer fling. Last summer fling. You all know it's the end of summer. Like, I can't hardly believe that. But it is. And am I coming back? We He was busy. He was busy. The EP, he had a whole bunch of stuff going on. I get it. I just looked up at the screen. I was like, what? Okay, I'm back. Here it is. So it's the last summer fling, and summer is almost over. Unique said, unless you live in Texas. But technically, the fall equinox is happening on the 22nd of September. So this is it. This is like the last weekend. So I said, hey, y'all, let's do some Blackberry stuff, right? So tonight, I'm going to be tasting 4 things. I've had 2 of them. 2 of them I've not tasted. So I'm going to be tasting Bird Dog, Midnight Moonshine, Crown Royal Blackberry, and Jack Daniel's Blackberry, which is hot off the press as of last month. And then I'm going to be making a cocktail, 2 versions of it. The Blackberry Smash. I'm going to be muddling tonight with 2 variations, one with Sprite and one with ginger beer. So I'm excited about that. That's one of my favorite cocktails I think that I've made on here. Of course, I say that about a lot of cocktails, but that is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm excited to get started with this, with the Blackberries. But y'all know me. I always go down the rabbit hole of research. Y'all, get ready. Just get ready. Because this Blackberry thing, when I read it, I was like, this is for my 8th grade people. I I got excited when I started reading about these blackberries. This is for us. This is for us. And when I read it, you're gonna understand. I'm gonna start off with this. Blackberries have been around since the ancient Greeks' time, 2,000 years. They are perennial shrubs in the rose family called brambles. They began to be cultivated in North America between about 1850 and 1860, and by 1948 in the U.S., they were produced on 40,000 acres. They're grouped into 3 main groups, and when you all hear the names of these groups, if you don't know, you're going to love it. So some of the benefits of blackberries, for body function, they contain vitamins C and K. They help with digestion, your blood sugar levels. They reduce inflammation. They're great for your heart health, brain function, and they have been known to be very good for cancer prevention. So that was very interesting to me, and that was great. But let's talk about these varieties. Y'all stay with me. So they got 3 varieties. They have erect, semi-erect, and trailing. When I read that, just that alone, I was like, shoot. Hey, DJ Lady Prestige. Hey, Mackie Foo, how you doing? Hey, This Girl TV. Just that. Erect, semi-erect, and trailing varieties. But I got this off the interwebs, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it to y'all, and it's a whole bunch of words, but just rock with me for a minute. Erect varieties will grow 6 to 10 feet tall, if not tipped. More on that later. They sucker profusely from their roots rather than from their crown. Their cold hardiness is considered moderate to good, and today you can find both thorny and thornless cultivars. Semi-erect varieties will grow 15 feet, if not tipped. But they produce canes from a crown rather than through many suckers. Their cold hardiness is considered moderate, and they have only thornless cultivars. Arching branches may also root where they touch the ground and produce a new plant by a process known as tip layering. Trailing varieties were bred from Western species. Unlike the erect and semi-erect types, red raspberries are also in their lineage. Berries of the trailing type tend to have less notable seeds, and the fruit is more conic in shape. LaWanda said, "Lord." Okay. Then I kept on reading, because that got me. That got me. I was like, okay. Blackberries are propagated by root cuttings, tip layering, and suckers. So root cuttings can be taken in the fall, and that's roots. We understand that. Tip layering is the process of bending a cane down to the ground and piling soil on top of a section of the cane. After a few weeks, the cane should begin to sprout roots, and you should be able to cut it from the rest of the cane so that it's its own plant. Suckers may often pop up near your patch. Just like tip layering, you can dig up the little suckers, that's what it says, and transplant them to your new site. Make sure that you water them well when you plant them. Suckers will often pop up in the spring. Once established, blackberries are extremely easy to grow. Lil Unique said, "I can't eat blackberries the same way again." So, I actually stopped there because the whiteboard of my mind went places. I was like, who knew that blackberries were so sexual? I did not know. I had no clue whatsoever. But yeah, we got tip layering, we got suckers, we got erect, semi-erect, we got trailing, we got all type of stuff. So now you say, where is Molly Party? The black or the berry? Yeah, Brown Eyes said, glad she had been eating blueberries instead. Yeah, but I had no clue, but you know, once I found out, I had to share it with y'all because that's what we do here. We find out shit and we share the shit that we share, right? Because I want y'all to know. I want you all to be informed, right? Someone said the more you know. And in case you ever go on Jeopardy, ever, there you go. You gonna win because of that. And I want my money. Because remember, I am the Senior Director of Resource Management. So there we go. So yeah. So I have some stuff to taste, and I'm gonna be making some drinks. So we gonna get going. So the first thing that I am going to taste, I have tasted before, and this is actually one of my favorite flavored whiskeys, period. And this is it. It is Bird Dog Blackberry flavored whiskey. That's what the bottle looks like. And Bird Dog is pretty doggone popular. They have a lot of flavors. This comes in at 80 proof. It's $23. And it is made from by Western Spirits. And they are out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. So that's what the bottle looks like. And I'm going to pour that up and taste it. And let me tell you a little bit about Bird Dog. It was introduced in 2009, and it is the OG of flavored whiskeys. It is made with a barrel-aged Kentucky bourbon. The Blackberry was released in 2013. Hey, Diz, how you doing? In 2024, Bird Dog partnered with Ducks Unlimited for wetland and wildlife conservation, which is very appropriate considering what does it have on the front of it? A bird dog, right? And it's called Bird Dog. By the way, again, a little education. Bird dogs are spaniels, pointers, retrievers, setters, and the Weimaraner. All of those are considered to be bird dogs. So, yeah. Diz said, new bourbon, yay. Yeah, we're tasting some blackberry today. It has won numerous awards. The World Whiskies Award named them the best American flavored whiskey. And when I tell y'all, they have some flavors for you. They have chocolate, maple, jalapeno honey, grapefruit, praline, apple, strawberry, and they have anywhere between 12 to 20 flavors at any point in time, and they have a lot of flavors that are seasonal. So I'm excited to taste this again, and I say again because I have had this before, and I've actually made drinks with this before. The bottle that I had at home, I finished. So I'm gonna pour this up and give it a rating. I don't know, it might be what I use to make drinks. We'll see. Ooh. That was the most beautiful gurgle. Has a real cork right there. That was wonderful. Let me look at the bottle a little bit because I didn't do that. But it does say 80 proof. I think this one is the highest proof of the night. Bird Dog Blackberry flavored whiskey. On the back, it does say it has caramel color added, which I didn't know that. That's interesting. And bottled for Western Spirits. And of course, it has the government warning on the back. So, and it's birddogwhiskey.com. So let me taste this. I pretty much, I already know I'm going to be giving this the hell yeah, but let me taste it. It smells like Jolly Ranchers. We've been getting a lot of things that smell like Jolly Ranchers lately. but it smells like candy. It has a candy type of smell to it. I wouldn't even say the candy really smells like blackberries per se, but it does have just a candy type smell to it, a sweetness. That's good. So I'm giving that a hell yeah. Again, I've had this one before. No bite. Just smooth. The flavor is pretty robust. And it tastes like whiskey. And it tastes like blackberries. Not alcohol, but the way bourbon would taste on its own. But definitely with the blackberry flavoring. So, yeah, Bird Dog. Yeah. This is good. And it had a nice gurgle to it. Yeah, I'm going to finish that. So that gets the hell yeah. Now, they have this all year round. This one is not a seasonal one, even though technically blackberries are summer. I definitely see this on the shelves like all year round. Make sure that you look out for this one. And again, it has some other really good flavors. I keep saying I'm just going to do like a show on flavored whiskey, period, because there are so many out there. That one is really good. Bird Dog is really good. I highly recommend it as a brand. All right. So let me crunch my little cracker. Have y'all been listening to Rebound today? Because I have, and it was like Rebound has been exceptional to me today. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I get a chance to listen to the whole thing. Sometimes I don't. Today, I've pretty much been able to listen to the whole thing. It's been really good. Really, really good. Okay, so Lakita said, would it be good over vanilla ice cream for a boozy drink? Yes, I think it would. And we'll determine whether or not some of the others are better as I kind of go down the line and taste them. Because the next one I'm going to taste says it has real fruit in it. It's actually moonshine. And remember, moonshine is under the category of whiskey. So we're going to see if maybe that has more of a fruit flavor to it because it says that it uses real blackberries. So let me talk to you about the Midnight Moon. So this is what it looks like. This is the jar. There we go. This way. There we go. Midnight Moon Blackberry. So this is moonshine. Of course, moonshine that you can buy in the store, not the moonshine in the hills. But the recipe originated from the hills. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'm going to read the jar. It says, every jar of this moonshine is definitely your jam. Packed with fresh picked blackberries from our family to yours. Crack it open, kick back with friends, and get ready to make some memories. Of course, it has the government warning on the back of it. And then it has the website information. It says, sip it, pour it over ice, mix it with lemonade, crafted in the USA. So, because it's in that jar, I had to like pre-pour that one because I didn't want to make a mess and I didn't want to get kicked out of here for making a mess. So, agreed, Lioness Nala. I like the robust color of it as well because that looks like blackberry. And it doesn't say anything about any artificial coloring being added to it. It looks like that's for real blackberries. But let's talk about the Midnight Moon. It's 70 proof. There's another one that's about $23. So they partnered Piedmont Distillers. And Piedmont Distillers, by the way, is the first legal distillery in North Carolina after Prohibition. They began in 2007. But they partnered with Junior Johnson. So if you all do not know, Junior Johnson was a NASCAR driver from 1955 to 1966. That was his driving term, but then he did remain involved in the sport afterwards. So they partnered and they came up with Midnight Moon Blackberry Moonshine. one of the flavors, but Midnight Moon Moonshine as a whole. And the recipe is based on a 150-year-old recipe from his family. And I did not know that. Hey, Decca, how you doing today? I didn't know that. I've had Midnight Moon before, but I did not know the recipe was that old. He started running moonshine when he was 14 years old. And you all have heard me talk about the origins of moonshine. Moonshine was closely affiliated with NASCAR because when they used to run shine, when the bootleggers would run shine, they would soup up their cars so they could outrun the law. And then they turned that into a sport. That sport is NASCAR. So that's how NASCAR was born. And that's the reason why NASCAR does a lot of liquor sponsorships, because there's a direct tie with the roots of that. But he was 14 when he started running shine, and he was known for his bootleg U-turn. Now, I told you all he started in NASCAR in 1955. In 1956, he got arrested. But they did not catch him in his car. They staked out his house because they knew that his family had a still on the property. And they staked out the house, and that's how they caught him. So he was arrested in 56, and he served 11 months of a 2-year sentence. And then he was right back on the track. The fact that he was involved in NASCAR, I'm sure, had a whole lot to do with that. But how about everybody in his family went to jail? Except for his mother. His father served time in jail. His brother served time in jail. Of course, he did. And only his mother was the only person that steered clear of the law. His father is quoted as saying that he didn't feel like he was doing anything wrong with making moonshine. He was just trying to feed his family. That was the goal. And he was like, I'm just trying to provide a service. That's all I'm trying to do. And I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. So, of course, he kept doing it. And he didn't care that he kept getting arrested and that his sons kept getting arrested. So that was fine by him. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a real short break because we have to make a technical adjustment. So you all are not going to hear me for the next couple of minutes. And I will be back here doing interpretive dance or something just to entertain you. Okay, London's going to look at you. All right. We're back. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to taste the Midnight Moon Blackberry Moonshine. And we're going to see if I want to drive NASCAR after this. So this is it. Like I said, I did a pre-pour on it because I know it was difficult to pour out of the jar into this itty bitty cup. But we're going to see. I smell absolutely nothing. Like, for real. I'm going to have Locke smell this. I smell nothing. Okay, just smell that. Okay, he's coming on that side. Smell that. Do you smell anything? That is unusual.
Cough syrup.
You smell cough syrup? Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't smell anything at all. He said he smells cough syrup, like cherry or blackberry flavored cough syrup.
Cherry, yeah.
Okay. Lakita said, all hat and no cattle. But Majesty said, now he's the hand of God. He was the hand of God last week too, because all you saw was his hands when he was passing me the jack in the gym. Okay, so we're gonna see. I mean, it looked great, so we'll see. Y'all, I don't really know what to say. I smelled nothing. It tastes like even more of nothing. I mean, Junior Johnson, God rest his soul, he died in like 2019 or something like that. Junior Johnson, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? You and Piedmont Distillers, yeah, little unique maybe. Maybe if it's mixed with something. Yes, the flavor died with him. I mean, he drove that shit right off the NASCAR track. Because this, I don't taste anything. I just don't taste anything. I don't smell anything. I don't taste anything. Locke said it smelled like cough syrup to him. It just has no flavor at all to me. I can't even say it tastes like alcohol. It tastes like disappointment and regret and sadness and tears running down my face. It tastes like all of that. Lakita said, I blame it all on the folk who brought it back in day. Who brought it back in the day. They must not have had taste buds. Hey, Keith, how you doing? My bad whiskey stank face. Yeah. It don't even taste like tussin. I mean, it don't even taste like cough syrup to me. It just, again, it tastes like sadness. Like, how long did it take for me to taste that? Like, I think I want 3.52 seconds of my life back. However long it took for me to do that. 3.5 minutes, whatever it was. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna have a cracker. Yeah, that definitely was a moment I want to get back. I mean, I can't believe that shit cost $23. You know, I've been trying to do more of the miniatures or the shots. They didn't have that in a miniature or a shot. Because that's some trickery. Yeah, that was $23 and I'm mad. I want my money back. And those moments lost back. So anyway, moving on. Crown Royal Blackberry. Now you all know I've talked about this on the show before. Actually, a show that I did with Malik Stone and London Michelle. We had this and we made, this is the first time we made the Blackberry Smash, I believe. But this is the Crown Royal Blackberry. This is 70 proof. It's about $30. Of course, Crown Royal itself was created in 1939 as a gift for when the Royals visited Canada. It is made in Lake Winnipeg in Manitoba, Canada. And they introduced Crown Blackberry in 2024. It's been owned by Diego since 2000. I understand that there is some talk about moving their operations to the United States of America under great protests, from what I understand. Crown was only available in Canada until 1964, and then they introduced it to the U.S. Of course, Crown is heavily involved in NASCAR, and I explained that connection, as well as horse racing, which also makes sense. But we're going to taste this. I've tasted this before. And I already know that on its own, it don't taste that great. I already know that. But in a cocktail, it's damn good. Now, London and I were at Fro's house. I brought a bottle for Fro. One of Fro's friends tasted it on its own and he loved it. Fro didn't like it on its own, but he did like it in the cocktail that I made. So, here we go. Cheers, y'all. Yep. Nothing's changed. On its own, and I'm stressing on its own because in a cocktail, mixing a cocktail is pretty doggone good. On its own, I'm gonna give it a mid-meh. Because I know in a cocktail it tastes better. But you talk about tasting like some tussin, tasting like some cough syrup. Good God Almighty. It does have a blueberry-ish type smell. Okay, so Stormy said it kind of tastes like NyQuil. That's a good description. Hey, Bearded Baritone, how you doing? Yeah, that's a good description for it because, whew, yeah. It tastes like it should cure something. It does. It tastes like it should do something for you. Like it should cure you I don't know, athlete's foot or something. Like I'm just randomly choose something. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah. I'm gonna put that to the side. I tried. Okay. I tried. I can't. Now the next one I am really looking forward to. Really, really looking forward to. Because it's the Jack Daniels. Now, I did a whole show last week about Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. So I was like, I don't want to give you all a bunch of Jack Daniels facts because we just talked about that. Go to YouTube and watch the replay from last week. If you want to know more about Jack and Jim. But this is Jack Daniels Tennessee Blackberry. So that's what the bottle looks like. This is hot off the press, y'all. This is 70 proof, about $27. Of course, Jack Daniels is located in Lynchburg, Tennessee. This was introduced August 4th, 2025. So when I said hot off the press, I meant that. August 4th. I have not tasted this. I'm super excited about it because IG has been giving it some great reviews. They've been making some great cocktails with it. And I love Jack. So I'm super excited about it. Yeah. Ebony, what you say I'm in here mixing? I'm excited about this one. Okay. I'm really excited. Hey, DC Chill brother. We're going to see. And if this don't live up to the hype, y'all. Ooh. Okay, it had a gurgle. That's a good start.
Was it a gurgle or a giggle?
That was a gurgle. It had a gurgle, like for real. Coming out that little bottle. It was something. Okay. So LaShawn says she bets it's good. We're gonna see. Tough acting, acting. Right, exactly. That's what that other stuff. Yeah, it was a gurgle. No giggle on that. It was a gurgle. All right, so let me smell it. Okay, I get a hint of the blackberry. It's not real strong. We're going to see what it tastes like. I guess the hell yeah. That was good. Now, I'm gonna compare that to the Bird Dog because they're right up there together. They're like right there. And I'm wondering. So, okay. I'm gonna pour a little bit more Jack and we're gonna do a comparison on these. And then the Bird Dog. So my first time having a Jack, of course I've had a Bird Dog before. And I would say that the Bird Dog probably was my favorite when we're talking about the Blackberry whiskies. So we're going to see. We're going to do a little side by side here. So this is the Bird Dog. Definitely has more of a blackberry smell. Not blueberry, blackberry smell for sure. Okay. Okay. That's good. Make sure I'm doing the palate cleanse. All right, now I'm gonna do the Jack. Real close. But I like the Bird Dog better. They're very, very close. I highly suggest, recommend, and advise both of them. Okay. Hey, Missy Bomb, be safe driving. I highly recommend both of those. I have a little bit more of a lean towards the Bird Dog, perhaps because that's the one I'm more familiar with. It's the one that I've been drinking for years. The Jack Daniel's Blackberry is new to me. I don't know, but they're very, very close. But I'm leaning towards the Bird Dog Blackberry as the winner. So I'm making 2 drinks. So maybe I'll use one for each and we'll kind of see how they come out and if it makes a difference. So these are not the only Blackberry whiskeys. And if anybody out there in the chat has tried some Blackberry whiskey, drop it in the chat. Tell me what you like. If there are other ones that you think that I should give a go. I know that Old Smoky makes one. They also have an Old Smoky Blackberry Moonshine as well. And I've not tried that. I have had the Old Smoky Blackberry whiskey though, the flavored whiskey, and it's very good. So if you have, put it in the chat. Let me know if there's some other things that I should try. But these were the things that were like very obvious in the liquor store. I'm all right with everything except for that Midnight Moon. That's the only one that I really, really think, The Crown I would actually buy, but I would make sure I mixed it with something. Crown has a really interesting marketing strategy. So what they do is they do a limited release on things, and then it's sort of like a market test. And if it goes well, then they'll introduce it in mass quantities. But when it first came out last year, you could only get like 1 bottle. They had 1 per customer. And the liquor store might only have like 15 or 20 bottles that they sold. Then when they realized, hey, people like this, then they start bringing more of it into the liquor stores. And now you can pretty much get it wherever you shop for liquor. So I think that's a really interesting and a wise strategy, actually, to see if there's demand for it. Okay, so Stormy said you tried the chocolate that's out now. You have to try the salted caramel. Okay. Okay, London said, but they can put that back in the warehouse. Okay. But London, we did agree that the Crown was really good in a mixed drink. We did say that. Just on its own, we didn't think it was a good sipper. That's kind of what we said. So I'm gonna get to making my drinks. I'm gonna get to muddling, and let's see what we can do here. So I decided I was gonna go with 2 variations of the drink, and the drink is called a Blackberry Smash. And the reason why a drink might be called a smash is because you are smashing fruit. So in this case, I'm going to be smashing blackberries, right? Now you can do it in a shaker or you can do it in the glass. It's totally up to you. Of course, if you go to a bar, probably going to do it in the shaker and then serve it to you. But I got my 2 glasses. And I'm making these one at a time, but got my 2 glasses here. And then I'm going to get some ice and add to this. But I am starting off with my shaker. And I got my jigger. Erect or semi-erected blackberries.
Damn.
Natty?
Damn it!
I don't know. And it doesn't say on here what they are. And I don't know how to tell the difference. That's another thing that, like, maybe I should have read more. Remember I said I kind of stopped when I read this about were they erect, semi-erect, or trailing. I don't know how you tell the difference between them. But anyway, how hard is it? I'm going to just say these, look at these. They're pretty damn firm. I'm going to say these are erect. And Bearded Baritone, I think the people who came in here later, we found out there are 3 different types of blackberries. We have erect, semi-erect, and we have trailing. Those are the 3 different types of blackberries. And yeah, I might review that. But it doesn't tell us what kind they are. So I am going to muddle in the glass for the sake of you all. So you can kind of see what I'm doing with the muddling. I don't know where Malik is, or I don't know where Funklore is, but anyway. But I'm putting like 3, I'm going to go with 3 erect blackberries. We're going to say these are the erect ones. And then I have my mint, my fresh mint. Yeah, we like a good muddle. And I'm going to put a couple of leaves in here. So with your leaves, your mint or whatever you use, if you twist them just a little bit, you just kind of twist them around, you're releasing the juices. Okay, so that's going to help with the flavor of whatever it is. So that's why I'm twisting that around a tad bit. Put that over to the side because that's where my ice is going to go. And I drop that in the glass. You can do more, you can do less. And I am kind of like freehanding this recipe. Got my muddler here. Oh, it does smell good, especially the mint. And I am muddling the blackberries. So what the muddling does is it releases the juices of the fruit or the herb or whatever it is that you have. You are smashing that down. As I said, you can do it in a shaker. You can do it in a glass. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. And I'm going to put the muddler over there to the side. And you can make a smash any way you want, right? But again, I'm just showing you how I choose to make it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of these blackberry whiskies to use in my cocktail. And I'm going to be using my lemonade. So that's my lemonade right there, the Simply Lemonade. And the first one, I'm going to top it with ginger beer. So tonight I have Reed's Craft Ginger Beer Original with fresh ginger. That's what I'm using. And I'm going to mix it up. Now, when you have something carbonated, you don't want to put that in your shaker. If you put it in your shaker, it's going to cause the shaker to explode. So you don't want to do that. The only thing that I am mixing up is I have ice in the shaker, whatever my liquor of choice is, and the lemonade. I'm going to shake those things up together, and then I'm going to top it off with my carbonated beverage. Now, if you did not want to put it in a cocktail shaker, you could use a cocktail spoon and you could just stir it. And this is a cocktail spoon. So this would be like your basic bar set. Your shaker, your spoon usually has a strainer in it. They call it a Hawthorne strainer to strain your drinks. That's your basic, and a jigger, of course. That's your basic bar set. So I got my shaker and I got some ice in there. And I'm going to pour my lemonade in there. Of course, the lemonade of choice. If you want to measure, you can measure. I ain't measuring. I'm just going to pour some in there. I'm just eyeballing it. It's about half. And then y'all vote in the chat. Which one should I use? Should I use the Jack? Should I use the Bird Dog? I'm not using the Moonshine. Don't vote for that shit. Or should I use the Crown? Whatever y'all say is what I'll use for cocktail number 1. Okay. So am I a fan of the erect, semi-erect, or the trailing? I'm going to go for erect. That would be my number 1 pick. Then, I'm going to just say, depending on circumstances and exactly what we're doing, maybe some of the others would be appropriate. Okay, so everybody says Jack. Everybody says Jack, 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 Jack. Okay, then that's what I'm going to use. The peoples have spoken. Yeah, I did not know that about Blackberry. Did y'all know that about Blackberries? Lil Unique said the erect is 4.6 ready. And if y'all don't know about 4.6, you need to go to YouTube. And you need to look at the episode that is the check-in. That's probably our first one, right? I think because there's 2 check-in episodes. Okay, November 24th. Thank you. Oh, November 20th, 24. Okay, yeah. Check that one out. And then you will understand about 4.6. Okay. So everybody voted on the Jack. So I am going to take the Jack and I'm going to go with a jigger. Because, we might as well use this, right? Matter of fact, maybe I should do like a jigger and a half. I see you lot. So you step away for half a minute. Might as well use the rest of this, right? I think I got another one at home. I think I bought 2 of these. All right. So I'm going to shake this up without adding my carbonated beverage to it. Black. So we're going to give that a shake. And I put a lot of blackberries in here, but you know what? I didn't put that much mint. I think I'm going to put a couple more mint leaves. So I'm going to twist it up so I can release the juice in there. And then I'm going to pour that up. And there's ice in the shaker to chill everything. You could put ice in your glass if you wanted to. Totally up to you. And then I'm going to top it with the reeds, with the ginger beer. I had a little gurgle to it too. Woo. Cheers, y'all. So this is with the Blackberry Jack. It's delicious. Linda said the mint might burn the erection. It's not like it's ginger though, London. Does mint burn? Just asking. I don't know. The ginger is like, like y'all heard of ginger booty, right? Like that's like a thing. Hey, Amber Drop, how you doing? What? Okay, so y'all know that people use fresh ginger sexually in the butt area, right? And it's supposed to be like a thrill and it's all spicy and hot and it be getting a person going. I'm just telling you. Now listen, I ain't never experienced no ginger booty. I ain't never done the ginger booty to nobody. Not saying I wouldn't, but I'm just saying, listen, that's what they say, right? Yes, it's a thing. It's called ginger ring. Hey, Kay Marie. Yes, it's a thing. So yeah, I'm just drinking ginger beer. I don't have any fresh ginger. So see, Linda said that's what what she was thinking about. Wrong hole. Okay. All right, London. London, does one put mint in the other one?
Stop it!
I mean,
Make it stop! Make it stop!
just asking. Just asking. So yeah, Bearded said right out. Listen, Bearded, I just try to educate the people. But you're saying, wait, what? Gingering is a thing. It is like a sexual thing. I have talked about it on Brown Frisky Woman. It's a thing. Okay, people take fresh ginger, put it on the booty hole, and they. It's supposed to be sexually stimulating to them. I didn't make this shit up. I read it on the interwebs. Y'all know if you read it on the interwebs, it's the damn truth. Natty said literally spice it up.
Stop!
I'm just saying.
Make it stop.
Now, to me, this is just my opinion. That shit seemed like it would be uncomfortable and burn.
Y'all, help me out. Rescue me, please.
Seriously, I'm not trying to be tossing a walk, making ginger ass and lo mein. In somebody's Chinese store. If y'all don't believe me, Google it. Okay, go to incognito mode on your phone if you don't want anybody to know you looking up gingering.
People will still know.
But they do. I agree because incognito mode. I'm just like. But yes, ginger.
Incognito mode doesn't help. From your friendly IT, from your friendly IT guy. Incognito mode doesn't do what you think it does, and I'll leave it at that.
I feel like incognito mode, this is my thought. I think it's just psychologically to make you feel better.
Oh, it's so what? Yeah, so
that's my thought. When he said what? That's what I think. So expound upon that, but that's what I think.
Okay, so incognito mode doesn't put it in your browser history.
Correct.
That's all it does.
Right.
But your ISP, your internet service provider, which is your cell phone company or your home internet company,
right?
They know everywhere you go. Unless you use a VPN, they know everything you browse.
So yes, London, your son can see that you watch porn. Well, not in Georgia, not anymore.
Oh, you can. I mean, hey, you can still go there. You just got to verify.
Yeah, you got
to give them. You got to give them your ID.
You got to give them all your information now. That's the thing in Georgia that they got. But of course, you could get a VPN and then you'd be all right. So yeah. So no,
not that you know firsthand or anything. That's what you heard, right?
I mean,
that's what you heard.
That's what I had heard. That's what I heard. So yes, Blue Majesty, you cannot hide your freak. Exactly. Everybody just knows you're a freak now. They know that you like ginger booty and all of that stuff. London said mint booty.
So if you want to hide your freak, just get a VPN. Mm-hmm. And don't trust the free VPNs that you see either.
Right. You want to get one that you pay for. Okay, good friend has told me that just recently. But anyway, just recently I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Big Stove, happy 10 months. Yes, welcome, Big Stove. We're in here talking about Blackberries and VPN and ginger booty and all of that, right? CBT said now looking up VPNs, right? So anyway, this is good. Y'all, I give this the hell yeah. It does get the rating, getting back on track, right? It gets a excellent rating. So again, I smashed the blueberries, the mint.
Really smashing hard.
And the mint, yeah, we was talking about smashing. The lemonade, and then I topped it with the ginger beer. So of course you can do any variations of this. Okay, Marie said the more you know, right? So everybody tab up and go get you a VPN right now. One that you pay for. All right. So you can look at your porn and you can find out about ginger booty. But I give this drink a 5 out of 5. Very, very good. Of course, you can do a smash with any fruit. So you can do it with strawberries. And I would advise, a strawberry whiskey just to kind of layer it and make it really, really nice. You could do it with watermelons. Any type of fruit or herb you can do it with. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. But this is really good. See, Ebony said, I don't need to hide. See, Ebony, I'm with you. That incognito, first of all, I never believe incognito mode like work. And I feel like it's my damn phone. It's my computer. And if I'm on Pornhub, hey, I'm on Pornhub. And if they come and investigate me and kick down my door and the FBI and the CIA and all the people coming in, all of them, they just gonna find out that I was on Pornhub. Right? You heard that, right? So anyway, if y'all didn't, okay. Hey, Malik. Malik, you right on time. You almost missed the muddling. I done muddled once, but I'm about to muddle again. But yeah, he made that noise. I didn't do that. See, if I had a light switch, I would turn off the lights for him. Damn it. He said his mic wasn't on. Turn the mic on and do that shit. So anyway. He's so wrong. But this is good. Hey, your pal Big Al. How you doing? Okay. Better not touch you. He said it better not touch your door. They run in on you. Okay. Yeah. No, not without a VPN. Like Crazy Berry Tom said. They want you to identify yourself, put all your personal information in there. Who has time to do all that when they're just trying to look at some porn? That's what I say. Plus, let me just say this. There are other places you can go.
It's other places
that do not require that.
It's other places, and you can go places that's basic social media and find what you need.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you're looking for, again, if y'all want to see D-Man in his gray sweatpants, OnlyFans, Yam Pants, go ahead and check it out. It's not real. I made that shit up today in the stream. Just saying. So, anyway, drink number one.
I'm about to say somebody actually cashed in the channel point redemption finally.
So, Natty said, get your medal off. Should that be a thing? Should that be a thing? But anyway, that would be a good channel point. Then I have to have fruit every time. I have to have fruit on hand if somebody redeems it. But that's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought to have something to muddle. Okay. Because anyway, okay. So muddle number 2. This is for you, Malik. This is especially for you. So this is a variation on the same drink, right? So, of course, I am starting with my erect. Or maybe these are semi-erect. I don't know. Blackberries. Listen, if people cannot see the erection if you turn that off. This is so for those of you who've just come in here, we found out that blackberries come in 3 different variations. They have erect, semi-erect, and trailing. This is for real. This is on the interwebs. I didn't make this shit up. I don't know what kind of blackberries Driscoll's have, but it just says Driscoll's only the finest berries. That's what it says on here. Product of the USA. I don't know. But anyway. Blackberries. Putting them in there. I got some mint. That's my mint. Yes. Trailing. Those were the 3 types. Erect, semi-erect, and trailing. So I'm putting my mint in there. And of course, if you wanted to be fancy and, have like garnishes, you could do the little blackberry on the side, little mint on top. And now I'm muddling. So the term, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice is real. Your pal Big Al, I guess so, obviously, right? So what I'm doing is I'm releasing the juices from the blackberry and the mint. That's what I'm doing. All right. And because I already have some, a little bit of liquid left in this shaker, I'm going to add to it, though. And again, I'm not really measuring anything except for the whiskey. Now, I used Jack Daniels for the last one. What do you all think I should use for the next one? Beige berries ain't good. I say beige berries are very good, but that's just me. That's just what I think, right? Just being part of the beige brigade and all, I ain't gonna say it ain't good. What should I use? Okay, Bird Dog, Crown. Keep going. Tell me. Got one vote for Bird Dog, one vote for Crown. Y'all tell me what we using. Y'all can vote for the Moonshine, but I ain't gonna be happy. I'll just tell you. Crown. Okay, I got another vote for Crown because we do know Crown makes a good cocktail. Crown. Okay. Lock said Moonshine. Oof. It might be. You know what? You have a point. I may try that. I might try. I need another glass because I refuse to mess up what I already have. Natty says search your VPNs. And more muddling, right? Okay, so you might get one more muddle out of that because it might work mixed. That's a good point. You all are raising some good points because the truth is sometimes things do taste a lot better mixed than they do on their own. Because I said that about the Crown itself. When Malik and London and I tasted, we agreed that it tasted like cough syrup. We didn't like it on its own, but once it was mixed into a cocktail, we liked it. All right, so I'm going to go with the Crown. So again, so much in this conversation, you're right. I'm going to pour the lemonade. I use the Simply Lemonade. I didn't measure it, but if you want to, you could just do equal parts. They call that a perfect, when it's just equal parts of whatever. Of course, you can always look up a recipe for a blackberry smash or whatever kind of smash you're making. Okay, so Amber has put some really good information. She says she uses Express VPN when she visits the family. $15 a month so you can watch your sports. Now, Amber, that was a very politically correct, nice girl answer that you use it to watch your sports. Okay. Go ahead, girl. So that's what they call it now. That's what they call it now. Sports. It's sports, all right. So anyway, I'm using the Crown because we said that, and then I'm actually gonna try it with that Moonshine. We're gonna see that it tastes like nothing. So I'm gonna do about the same measurements because I did like a jigger and a half. And we're going to shake it. Freak of sports. All right, so I'm going to shake this one up. Now, this one, I am going to add Sprite to it because that is going to make it taste just a little bit different than the ginger beer. So we're giving that a shake. Top wasn't on there good. William said, what time are you watching sports? What type of sports are you watching? Just asking for a friend. I am the friend. So we're pouring that up. Again, we have ice in the shaker, so that's going to make it nice and chilled. And then, you said that ain't muddling. I got one more muddle to do. Okay, I got one more. All right. What are your sports wearing? All right, so I'm gonna top that with the Sprite. We're gonna see now because the other one was ginger beer, and anybody that's familiar with ginger beer has a very strong ginger flavor, and it works great with whiskey, right? It's a great mix with whiskey, but this is Sprite, so cheers, y'all. This is good. So a much lighter taste, a much lighter flavor. So if you are not a fan of the ginger has a very strong flavor. It kind of overpowers a little bit some of the other ingredients. With the Sprite, I honestly can taste everything. I can taste the blackberry. I can taste the mint. I taste the whiskey a tad. And I taste the Sprite. So everything is very individually coming through for me with the Sprite as the topper as opposed to the ginger beer. But ginger is strong. Ginger is very strong. So I get why it's a little bit overpowering. So you could use Sprite, you could use 7-Up, depending on what you like. But I get it's the hell yeah too. Now, I'm nervous. I'm scared about this next one. But I got a glass. Whew, okay. All right. Locke, can you do me a solid and pour the liquid out of this so I'm starting fresh with that. I'm gonna use this moonshine, y'all, and then I'm as scared about this moonshine because I told y'all it didn't taste good. Now, it's hard to pour this out the jar, so into a drink. So that's the reason why we're using a good old Pyrex measuring. See, it still made a mess. Damn it. It's just hard to pour. It is. It's just hard, but. So I'm going to be muddling and shaking and. Yeah, a measuring cup. I had to use that to. Because, I mean, you just think about. Okay, first of all, the people that just be sitting around drinking the moonshine out of a jar. I don't know.
Call Ed.
I don't know those people.
No, call Ed.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
There's meetings every week.
There are, and I don't know those people. Hey, Miss Yvonne, thank you so much for the resub. Okay, you're home. I was just about to say, are you home safely? I don't know those people that do that, but I ain't one of them. Yeah. The stove. I refuse to pour it into one of the little cups out of the jar. I just put it into the Pyrex. So anyway, I'm gonna be muddling. Malik, you looking? I got the muddle. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. So I don't know. Are these erect? Are they semi-erect? Are they trailing? I don't know. That one didn't look too hot. I didn't like that one. That one looked better. Like I said, these are just Driscoll's. So I'm putting about 4 in there, like enough to cover the bottom of the glass. And then I'm going to do my mint. And again, if you twist the mint a little bit, you're releasing the juices from it. Smells good. They are pretty firm, so maybe they're erect. I don't know. We're going to have to do more investigating on that whole erect, semi-erect, and trailing. Like, can you really tell the difference? I imagine a farmer or a gardener could, but I'm not any of those. Okay, I'm not an outside garden person at all. Camping to me is the Red Roof Inn. So there's that. So here we go. So Malik, you ready? You ready? I'm muddling. That's for you. That's for you, Malik. Malik said it's all in the wrist action. That's what he says. God, Jesus. Oh, okay. So, releasing the juices. Make sure that I'm getting the mint really good too. That's important because we want that to be released as well.
With the product placement.
All right.
With the product placement.
I'm nervous. I'm scared. All right. So I'm pouring my lemonade in. And I'm about to pour this moonshine in here. And I just freehanded. I don't know how much. I didn't even measure it.
Why does it feel like you? Why does it feel like this is on Mr. Wizard's World type shit going on with the measuring cup and the muddle and everything else? It just looks like a big ass science experiment.
Because it is. This is a big ass science experiment because I have no idea. You're exhausted. I'm tired. You didn't do anything. I'm tired. Okay. That was all.
He needed the VPN for that.
That was all my wrist action. Okay, just say it. Yeah. So we're gonna shake this up a little bit, and really hope that this. So we're not shaker here. Don't want to act right today. Is it getting old on me? All right. Yep. I think so. Something's happening. Really? Bunsen and Beaker. Okay, what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna just taste it. I'm gonna. That's one of my whiskey mofos. Natty said, meep, meep. I'm gonna taste this before I add ginger beer or Sprite to it. I just kind of want to get a feel for it and see what does it taste like. This is just what I want to do. So we're gonna see. So I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger beer to this, and I'm gonna add a little bit of Sprite to it. Because I think that would just be kind of interesting to mix the both, right? So let's just see. I'm doctoring the hell out of this because it needs some damn doctoring. So this tastes like blackberries. Ass might taste better. I don't know. Just saying. I don't know, but you know. It tastes like blackberries, mint, Sprite, and ginger beer. That's what it tastes like to me. It tastes like all of that mixed together. Blackberry ass. It tastes like all of that mixed together. I really do not taste the blackberry. Junior Johnson, I know you was like a NASCAR legend. And like, I like NASCAR, y'all. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I like NASCAR, right? It's exciting. And I did like one of them race car experiences, like where you can go and you can sit in the car and ride with the driver and all of that stuff. And like, it was the shit. Like, it was exhilarating and exciting as hell. I did it at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But Junior Johnson and Piedmont, y'all need to keep that over there. Maybe a different flavor would be better. I don't know. But I don't like the blackberry. That's what I'm going to say. It is not the car I want to ride in. I don't want Junior to be driving me. I don't. If it was a McLaren, it'd probably be better. I'm sure of it. I'm convinced it would be better. I mean, the Junior, This is. I put a lot of mint in it. I put a lot of shit in here trying to make it good. But I don't like it. I don't like it. It tastes like nothing. And again, I think I've spent a total of maybe a good 15 minutes on it now. Plus the time that I bought it in the store. I want at least 1 hour, 34 minutes of my life back. So I'm going back to my originals. This is the one with the Sprite, the lighter one, of course. And this is the one with the ginger beer. Malik said it tastes like struggle. It tastes like I want to lay down and take a nap and watch Star Trek. That's what it tastes like. I want everything back. I want all of it back. I want to watch Captain Picard. That's what it tastes like to me. But yes, this is the one with the Sprite. I give this a hell yeah. Again, if you like something a little lighter, I advise the Sprite. This is good. This was the one with the Bird Dog. And then this is the one with the Jack Daniels. Made this with the ginger beer. Yes, this is good. Also give that a 5. Both of those deserve 5s. So again, a smash is anything that you smash in the glass or in the shaker. Any fruit. Any fruit that you want. Blackberries, strawberries, blueberries all work great. The mint is great. You can also do rosemary. That's another thing that you can kind of twist and get the flavor in. But any type of herb that has like a strong flavor is going to be really, really good for putting in your cocktails, because you got to remember you got all these different ingredients. So you want something that's robust, that's going to add to it. You could do it with oranges, also lemons, limes, all of those things, because they can be smashed up. So, hey, Gator Boy, how you doing? All of those things can be smashed up. So overall, Bird Dog and the Jack Daniels came out as the top winners. I'm going to give Bird Dog the winning spot on this challenge. The Crown. Okay, remember we said that the Crown was, yeah. The Crown is good in a cocktail. Okay? Not so good on its own. So that's what we said. So anyway, those were, and the moonshine. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's the verdict. And so you all know that we learned about erect, semi-erect, and trailing blackberries. Even if he turns off the light, we also learned that you need to get a VPN if you're going to watch porn, one that you pay for. Don't get the freebie. All right. So always, I want to tell you all, thank you. Thank you, London. Thank you, Natty. Thank you, Cruz, who's out there whooping it up someplace. Thank you, Locke. I appreciate you. Real quick, let me go over our commands, because I did have some special commands. So !TCA is the Twitch Community Awards. You have until the 21st to vote. That's right around the corner. Make sure you vote. I am slide number 21. Hopefully that's a lucky number. 21 for Best Talk Show Streamer. Make your voice heard and vote for Brown. A lot of our Twitch fam has been nominated. Of course, Big Stove is here. He was nominated for Best Jazz Streamer. I know LV, D-Man. I mean, so many people. Psalmist is here. So many people have been nominated. Please vote where your heart leads you to vote. But you here in this stream today, so I'm going to say vote for me for streamer. Then also we have ! Boots. Lawanda, thank you, London. Yes, Lawanda was also nominated. ! Boots, that is for Captain Boots. That is Crazy Berry Town's son, is his rock and run. All of the proceeds go to the teachers, right? Everything goes to the teachers. So anything that you donate for that is going to help the teacher to get things in their classroom. And they need that, right? We know they need that so they don't have to come out of pocket for our kids. And then lastly, and very, very importantly, Claudie, ! Believe, and it is pinned at the top. Use that link. Don't use the command, because I've got to fix the command. But make sure you use the link at the top. She is currently navigating her journey with breast cancer. I do not really, there's certain words that I don't like to use when it comes to that. So I am going to say navigating. She is going through her journey with breast cancer. So make sure that you donate. Then I want to say, of course, we are almost at the end of September. Y'all, we're at the end of September. So guess what? Next month, BFAC, Beats for a Cure, kicks off next month. So we have the live event in Cleveland on the 25th. And that is Beats for a Cure North. Then here in Atlanta, we have Beats for a Cure South. So that's going to be happening in collaboration with the Fresh Radio Show. I was about to say Fresh Day Party. It is a Fresh Day Party, but Fresh Radio Show. Put exclamation point promo. And make sure that you are following them. But also, everybody take a minute. Somebody please put the link for Beats for a Cure 2. Beats for a Cure 2. Somebody put that in the chat, please. Make sure you follow Beats for a Cure 2. So just quickly to kind of explain what we got going on for North and South. You will be able to watch both events, but after careful consideration and careful recommendation, yay, tally, we decided that we wanted you to be able to see all of the DJs in both places. So it will be broadcast on Beats for a Cure, and it will also be broadcast on Beats for a Cure 2. So you will be able to go back and forth, tab up both, and you'll see all of the DJs, both North and South. And they had quite a lineup for the South event, for the North event. And then we have a great lineup for the South event as well. We're trying to put together some additional things for the South event for that weekend. So if you do choose to come to Atlanta, there will be some other activities for you to engage in, and we're going to have a really good time with that. So make sure you take a minute, everybody take a minute and follow that now so that you're ready on the 25th of October. So, of course, we had a raid train, right? We had a Beats for a Cure raid train that kicks off on, somebody tell me what day? The 25th. Okay. Kicks off on the 25th. Thank you. 10 p.m. on the 25th. Thank you. So, I am on the 30th. With my Halloween / Beats for a Cure / reading some books, wearing a pink bra show, and probably dressed up as something or other. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You all know we had big fun last year, and I have something in mind for that. So, earlier I told you all that D-Man played this song by Janelle Monáe. And it's called, I think the song is called Almost. But she talks about her 4K titties. And I kind of had this idea on the whiteboard in my mind about how I could execute something that I thought would be fun for the stream. So anybody who's interested, I want you to whisper me. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's not going to be anything pornographic, because I'm trying to keep my little liquor show. Okay.
So you don't need a VPN?
No, you don't need a VPN for this. I promise. Y'all know how I wear my bra over my clothes, right? Okay. So it's nothing pornographic. What I'm going to be asking about though are some photos. I'm going to be asking for some photos of my women's friends in their pink bras over their clothes. Right? You can show some cleavage, but we don't want to see no nips. We don't want to see no tits, right? But I'm going to be asking for some photos. And I thought that we could have a lot of fun with this to help us raise money for the cause. If you think this is something you might want to do, whisper me and I will give you the details. DJ Tank said, who don't? Right? If you think it's something you might want to do, and remember, this is for charity. I promise you it's not going to be anything degrading. It's not going to be anything pornographic. You don't need a VPN. I promise. Right. You don't even have to show your face. Exactly. And that was kind of my thought about it, is that we would have some fun maybe trying to identify. I don't know. I haven't quite worked it out exactly, but if you think it's something you might want to participate in, where I would be showing the pictures on stream, let me know. Whisper me on that. Okay, just whisper me on that. But I'm calling it 4K Magical Titties. That's what I'm calling the campaign, 4K Magical Titties. It didn't all just come to me today. I had been thinking about it for a while, but the whole 4K thing just kind of took it over the top. So that is going to be happening. And I would like to have that for my show on the 30th of October. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I will be back next week on the 25th. And basically decided when I came in the door today that I was just going to do a hodgepodge. I had a couple of things in mind, but I was talking to Locke and I was like, I think it's just going to be a free-for-all show next Thursday. So that ought to be fun. I don't really know. Big Stuff said 4K or not, still a titty. Right. I don't. Bids on the pictures, not to keep them, but for cheer. Exactly. Yeah, your pal Big Al. That you and I, we're here. That's where my mind was as well. So I think we can have a lot of fun with that. And again, y'all don't have to worry about nothing because again, I'm trying to keep my little liquor show and I'm not trying to get kicked off Twitch or, get some kind of ban or suspension or any of that. So we're going to make sure it's clean. But that's going to be really fun. That will be happening next month. I'll be back next week, as I said. Okay, so Linda said, men, y'all can support and show your titties too in a bra. In a bra, right? Or if you want to wear some men, anyway.
With this administration, maybe not.
I'm gonna go with my original idea. But yeah. Malik said taco meats too. No, nobody wants to see that. Just saying. just saying. Yeah, not the middies. Not the middies. So yeah, next week I'll be back on the 25th. Just gonna have some fun, a lot of different stuff. I have some candies. I have some different things that I'm gonna be trying. So it's just gonna be a wild, wacky show full of different things. So it should be a lot of fun. And I want to rate into Rebomb. And I think right now they're with Rail. Am I correct? Okay. Yes. I want to make sure that I'm supporting Rebomb. So again, our clear winners for tonight. Bird Dog, Blackberry. I think that's number 1. Number 2, ain't much left. Jack Daniels, Blackberry. I think that was number 2. And then I would say number 3 was the Crown. It was the Crown. Really good in a drink, not on its own. And then last, and most definitely least, Midnight Moonshine, Blackberry. I do not recommend, advise, or suggest this. None of the above. But that's what we drank tonight. And come back next week. We're going to have some fun and we're going to raid over to Rail. I love it because Rail has raided into me several times and I've never had the opportunity that I recall to raid into him. So Malik said, tastes like downtrodden. Pretty much downtrodden, fresh air, disappointment, and sadness. I feel like just one like thug tear rolled down my face when I drank that. So I will see you all next Thursday on the 25th. And we're going to be gearing up again. If you think you might be interested in the whole 4K titties, whisper me and I will give you some details. Malik said, tastes like gloom. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. And remember, erect, semi-erect, and trailing varieties, tip layering, suckers, all of those things pertain to blackberries. And you can easily grow blackberries anytime you want. As long as they're in season, I suppose, right? Everything has a season and a reason. So there is that. So I will see y'all next week. All right. Bye, y'all.